Guys, I bet you didn't know pennies used to be huge. So, the large cents actually were indeed large. The pennies that you know today, the Lincoln cents that are small and that they might be doing away with, actually were not small when they originally started making pennies in 1793. Now, there's the whole series called large cents that are actually comprised of multiple different varieties throughout the years. So there's a total of 6 different large cents that they made throughout the years, and I'm going to show you them right now. So the first, guys, the flowing hair, or the chain cent. As you can see, around 1 cent you had that chain, hence why they called it the chain cent. So guys, the varieties are as such throughout the large cent series. So the first one in 1793, which is the first year of issue, was the flowing hair. Made a couple different varieties here. They had the chain cent reverse, and then of course they had here the wreath reverse. As you can see, the difference of the wreath and then the chain. Then they went on to the Liberty cap cent from 1793 to 1796. Then they went on to the Drake bust, which was from 1796 to 1807. Then they went on to the classic head design, followed by the cornet head from 1816 to 1839. And then last but not least, they went on to the braided hair cent from 1839 to 1857. Now they stopped in 1857 making these large cents because number one, they really weren't cost effective, and they actually went to smaller designs like the Flying Eagle afterwards. One of my favorite coins, guys, in the large cent series by far has to be the flowing hair cent or the chain cent variety reverse. Now, why I like it, number one, it was only struck for a short period of time because it was very controversial. Couple reasons why. The first one is that Lady Liberty was not struck well. So the detail of her hair, her facial features just looked kind of dull and not really a great symbol of liberty. Number two, on the reverse, even though I like this design, and many people of course probably do because it's so unique, the chain around 1 cent, people actually interpreted that to actually be interpreted about slavery. So they didn't like that, of course, and rightfully so, and they wanted that change because they didn't think this actually signified unity and liberty in America. So they quickly, like I said, changed to the wreath reverse design, but still collectors and the American people weren't pleased with that as well.
The large cent actually was the biggest 1 cent piece ever minted by the US Mint. And it was actually really cool because this coin, out of every single coin minted by the US Mint, has the most US Mint approved varieties, right? So that means like throughout the times it was minted, they had so many different changes to the obverse and reverse, more than any other coin minted by the US Mint. That's not included all the dye imperfections and the low dye life dyes that they were using to make other varieties within that coin, right? So we could see throughout this whole section in the red book, handy dandy red book, right? All the different varieties through the large cent. So notably, the first year of issue where they did the chain design actually was misinterpreted as slavery by the public. So what they did was the same year they changed that design into the wreath reverse, right? And that was just a snowball effect of what they did afterwards, right? So now we're looking at all these different capped large cents. We got the draped bust large cents, classic heads, now all these varieties with the different types of dates, the different fractions on the back, you know, normal dates, large dates, plain, small date, last one over O. Over here, what do we have? Unofficial 1823 restrike, 6/5. The list goes on and on and on. If you tried to create a book of just varieties of these coins, circulated varieties, right? So not even uncirculated, getting the best of the best, this long.
That big?
This big. Almost as big as the coin.
Damn.
Almost.
Steve, can you help me out? I'm trying to find the rarest large cent.
Oh, well, we don't need a book for that. It's the 1793 chain cent with periods. One of these sold for $2.35 million in a relatively recent auction. Now, this is an absolutely incredible find. These coins are not just extremely expensive, but when you get near something like this, you know that you're looking at a coin that was definitely looked at and possibly held by one of the signers of the Constitution of the United States of America. Anything with flowing hair on it, to me, demands excitement because you're holding a literal piece of history in your hands. Another one of my favorites, something that I'm a little more familiar with these days than other days, is the 1794 head of 1793. So when you're looking at large cents or really any of your coins, you gotta look careful because someone had bought this coin for $50 and then after further examination, this coin turned into almost a $50,000 coin by realizing it was just a little weird variety, a little different than all the other 1794s. And I mean like the pole went into her cap just a little differently. New car. So these are the types of things that we're looking for on these coins, but large cents, they can go into the millions and millions of dollars.